Family, what's up? Good evening. Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. How's everybody's Tuesday? You guys, did anybody have tacos? Did anybody have Taco Tuesday? I know you guys were talking about that earlier today. All right, let me know inside the comment box. Welcome to a breaking news. This happened a couple hours ago, but I was sitting here, I was like, man, you know what? It's hard to stop somebody that likes to work from working. Seriously, like I like to do what I do, okay? And I wanted to welcome Amari Sabb. All right. And earlier today, I had some other things going on, so I couldn't go live at that exact point in time. So I think he deserves it. I think Amari Sabb is somebody that we should discuss tonight on Tuesday, because I know a lot of you guys have questions. All right. And you know, the name is familiar, right? So long story short, Amari Sabb is the brother of Keon Sabb, right? There's three brothers, right? They're also Xavier, who's in the class of 2027. Now, Amari is in the class of 2026. So he joins Alabama. He'll be coming here this year. I think he's going to be a mid-year guy. And the brother of Keon Sabb, maybe that had something to do with Keon Sabb staying. I have no idea. He's a three-star prospect. Some people have him at 5'9". I've seen him listed at 5'7". Let's call him 5'8". 175. And the first thing that, I heard is people inside the comment box are like, oh my God, it's like, this is the guy, 3 stars. I'm like, oh, hold on. All right. My trivia question is this for you. All right. Who is the last guy that was a 3-star from New Jersey and also played wide receiver? Right. Who was it? You guys know? I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lazier Brooks. Isn't that crazy? Back-to-back years, you're telling me we get a 3-star, this similar size, right? And Lazier Brooks, by the end of the season, everybody thought he was a 5-star. So I think we welcome Amari Sabb. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, bro. And this is Keon Sabb's old brother. And the other thing is, I think he puts Alabama in a really good spot for his brother, right? Xavier, who's a 5-star. And he's in the class of 2027. And as I started to think about it, and I was kind of like putting my notes, and I dive more into Amari Sabb as a player on Wake Up Bama tomorrow. But I was thinking about this. I was like, you know what? Has Alabama recruiting? And I know there's a bunch of different ways that you can build a roster, right? And if you're just joining us, Amari Sabb committed earlier in the day. 3-star prospect out of New Jersey. Brother of Keon Sabb. But I was thinking about this. I was like, you know what? And this is my question to you. Yes or no inside the comment box, okay? If you're a fan funner, you can use the fancy little Y or the N. Has recruiting dropped off under DeBoer? The answer is hell no. It hasn't, okay? 2 consecutive top 5 classes, it going, across the country, getting guys that fit in the program, getting your 5-stars, getting your guys that fit into the program. Man, I'm very open about this. I thought 100% that recruiting would drop off under this staff. I just did. I was like, there is no way. I thought it would probably take a little bit of time, the brand. But that just shows you how steady the foundation is, number one. But I think 2 and 3, it shows you, the type of recruiter that DeBoer is. You know what? I don't think that DeBoer gets enough credit for a lot of things, really. I don't think he gets a lot of credit for the job that he does recruiting. Am I right? And anytime we get like a guy, anytime we get like a 5-star, we're like, Courtney Morgan, man, great job. Yo, DeBoer is a great recruiter. I think he's actually an underrated recruiter. And I was, talking to a source, from the transfer portal, and they were saying like how great DeBoer was in terms of just being a straight shooter with the recruits. And but you get what I'm saying? I think we get a 5-star and they're like, oh man, Courtney Morgan came with it. Good job, Courtney. But I think DeBoer has been doing a really good job. So in the tank today is Amari Sabb, and we appreciate him coming in. And I think when you look, it's another interesting fact is that, okay, so we have a new wide receivers coach, right? And I dive into this as well on Wake Up Bama tomorrow. Hey, what's up, everybody? I appreciate you guys being here. This is the night shift crew. We have our morning crew at 10 a.m. We have our Wake Up Bama crew, right, at 4 in the morning. And then we have, our evening crew. Okay, so can you tell me what all three recruits that Derek Nix, what he's done? Okay, who are the first three that he signed from the 2026? Okay, Derek Nix, new wide receiver coach, okay? Replaced Jamarcus Shepard, okay? What do the three guys that he brought in all have in common? From, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, this is the Nightcap crew. I wasn't even, look, I sat here and I was like, man, should I go live? He plays wide receiver. That's what he'll play here, but he plays corner, kick returner, punt returner. He's like 5'7". I'll put it right. I'll put it on the detail on the page. But what are the three guys that Derek Nix that he's recruited? Let's just put this right here, bro. Okay, so I'll say wide receiver, DB, special, right? And I'll put I don't know, 5'9", I guess, 175 pounds. We'll shrink that down a little bit. Does this work for you, fam? How about that? Maybe? All right. Jay Smith says, Kyle, don't let the groundhog put you in a bad mood. It felt great today. No, man. No bad vibes over here, bro. I know the groundhog wants 6 more weeks, whatever, It's been cold, bro. It's just the 35 today felt like t-shirt weather because it's been so cold. Okay, so Derek Nix, the new wide receiver coach, he brought in 3 prospects already since he's been here, okay? MJ Mathis, Aubrey Walker, and Amari Sabb. What do they all have in common? They're all 3 stars, okay? I think there's a method to what they're doing here. He's recruiting on the back end of the recruiting cycle. As you know, there's some major targets in 2027 that are probably going to commit to Alabama. You know what? That class of 2027 is going to be ridiculous. If they got Munchon Sales, right, coming in from Indianapolis, that guy's coming. He's a 5-star. So I'm saying on the back end, what they did was they still got a couple guys that fit in the system, and you have 105 scholarships, so you can build the roster. Not every guy has to be a 5-star. You have to build up the roster. There's nothing wrong with building it up. They're going to go to 105, I guarantee you. So there's going to be more guys that kind of trickle in, guys that can play scout team, guys that can play right now, guys who can play, mid-season, guys who are insurance type guys, right? So I wouldn't be mad at that if you're like into recruiting rankings and you see that he's like a 3-star. I don't think it matters. I think it's just like, okay, where does this guy fit on the team right now? And it might be from a practice perspective. So we welcome in Amari Sabb, Keon Sabb's brother, and then you also have Xavier Sabb, who is in the class of 2027, who I would imagine he commits to Alabama as well. All right. So, and I was thinking about this, and I ask you tomorrow on the show, does it feel like, to me, it feels like Alabama is still recruiting traditionally. And what I mean by that is it seems like they're still putting heavy emphasis on high school, which honestly, I'm glad to see. 2027, 2028, you say you coach Kalen DeBoer all over, right? But is that the right way to recruit right now? We're going to have more data points going forward because I think a lot of teams are just going for older guys in the transfer portal, kind of like the rent-a people, right? The rent-a player. Hey, Lucid TV, what's up, man? Is someone named Costanza? Do we have a George Costanza inside the com box? I don't know. Do you feel that Alabama, okay, let me ask you this. Right now, and it doesn't have to be a right answer. We're just talking here, okay? The nightcap, sometimes we just talk life. Does it seem, what's more important to the roster? Transfer portal rentals that are older, that have played all over, might be a little bit expensive, or recruiting high school kids? That's a great poll. Okay, let's do that. I want to see what you say. I think it might be weighted tonight because we have a high school guy that we just brought in, but let's just see. Okay. More important. I'm going to put RN for you new cats means right now. I'm sure you guys know that, right? Okay, so more important right now, transfer portal rental players or high school recruiting, that we'll just say, or high school recruits. Let's keep it like that. All right. Go ahead and vote right now. Let's just see. I think it's going to be, I'll tell you what I vote, but I want to see where you guys are at. Let's see. So transfer portal rental players or high school recruits. This might be, okay. Right now we're 2-1. Okay, so let me make a case for both, okay? Why you guys are voting. I think with the transfer portal rental players, you bring them in and they're older. They're more developed. There's a big difference between somebody who's 22 years old and a guy who's 18. He's been around the block. I think the hard thing is this guy a bag chaser, right? Is he just out kind of for personal gain? Does he fit the culture of what we're trying to do here, right? But, I mean, he's developed. He's ready to go. He's proven. He's experienced. You get him on the field, and he's already kind of a dog, right? The high school player, seldomly you can find guys that are ready to go. Like, I honest to God think that Xavier Crowell and Sedarian Morgan are ready to go. They're just going to have to, win competition battles, but I think they're going to be ready to go. More times than not, it takes a high school guy a little bit longer, maybe like a full year, to get caught up to like SEC speed. Maybe even a little bit more than that. And my fear, and see, this is a great poll. And my fear is, and look, we're talking here. I'm open to all your feedback. But my fear is this, is that Alabama becomes like kind of like a farm club. So we're recruiting all the guys and we're spending money to get those guys here. We develop them here with our great coaches, with the great facilities. These guys are developing. And then when they're kind of, when they're matured a little bit more, when they want to play and they still can't crack the roster because it takes one more year, other programs are going to be like, yo, we can pay you this. And then we start to lose those guys that we were developing. And then we have to shift towards transfer portal guys. Now, the one area that I didn't post in the poll, which I think is the most important, is retention. Okay? And that kind of goes more towards the high school guys. Right? Because if you can keep these guys here and you can develop them and you can keep retaining them and re-signing them year after year, I think that builds culture. That builds culture. That builds future buy-in. That keeps the camaraderie of college football, the game that we love. And that's going to be, I think Alabama had a major win right now. There's no retention rankings, right? There's transfer portal rankings. There's recruiting rankings. There's no retention rankings, right? There's not. I think there should be retention rankings, and I'd be curious to see where Alabama was on a retention ranking standpoint. I think they would be top 5, to be honest, okay? They re-signed 2 damn good quarterbacks, okay? They re-signed Lazier Brooks. They re-signed Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams probably on a multi-year deal, okay? You re-signed all those running backs. We know how the transfer portal went, but you had to re-sign Michael Carroll. And the amount that they probably had to spend retention-wise on that secondary, that's a multi-million-dollar secondary. You see what I'm saying? So do you think that Alabama retention-wise, retention rankings would be high? Nobody talks about that because nobody talks about the players that are already still here. We are always excited about the players that are everywhere else and that are coming in. The players that are here are the foundational pieces, right? Everybody always talks about a tree. What do they talk about? They talk about the leaves, right? The new leaves, right? The new branches. The main part of the tree is the stem, right? Like the main piece. The trunk. The trunk is the main part. Right? Have you ever looked at like a redwood or a sequoia? It's all trunk. That's the retention. So, but there's no retention rankings. Retention matters. And these guys did a damn good job, but it's not going to highlight anything because, these aren't new fancy players. Sometimes the best thing that you have is already in your house. Right? So, I think this is a damn good poll. I think it's going to be interesting to see how you could balance. He's in the class of 2026. We'll get that added as well. And you're talking about Amari. And if you're just joining us, 2026. Hey, Chance, thanks for the super chat, dog. I appreciate you, man. Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, so he's class of 2026. Amari Sabb came in, Keon's brother, wide receiver. He's going to play wide receiver here. 5'9", 175. He's also out of New Jersey. He's a 3-star, right? Oh, dude, the tree, I'm a huge tree guy. And I'll tell you my favorite tree, okay? You know what my favorite tree is in the whole world? So we have cottonwoods in New Mexico, really big cottonwood trees, really soft wood. And you can work with that wood. Like if you carve, they carve, like back in New Mexico, my grandfather carved saints. And they called them santos. And he would sell these at like Spanish market. He worked with his hands. My other grandpa, they're both passed away. He also worked with his hands. He was a carpenter, right? They both worked with wood. And cottonwood trees are so beautiful and they're really big. But I was never really around. I'd never been around oak trees, like ancient oaks. And then when I moved to the Southeast and I took a trip down to it was South Carolina, and then when I went to Baton Rouge and to Fairhope, I could not believe how big those oak trees, those ancient oaks are, and I'm like captivated by them. So every time I see them, has anybody seen the angel oak tree outside of Charleston? Yo, it's crazy. It's the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life, right? The trees go like down to the ground and stuff. Wild. We got some pine lovers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And up in New Mexico, they have these gigantic pines, but I'm telling you, man, those ancient oaks will do you, man. I love them. All right. So if you're joining us tonight, we're talking some trees, but the meat of it is welcoming Amari Sabb, wide receiver, class of 2026. And all the guys that have come in as of late are 3-stars. Don't get twisted about the 3-stars because you have Lazier Brooks, who kind of, has showed you. You have London Simmons on the back end. And another thing that I would say about the 3-stars too is the guys, look, the guys at Rivals, the guys at On 3, they do a great job ranking players, all that sort of stuff. A lot of those guys are not heavily qualified in terms of they didn't play the game at the highest level. They didn't play a lot of football, right? A guy like, so I feel a guy, dude, let me ask you this. And you can be honest, and I'm not hating on 3, Rivals, 24/7. Those guys do a great job. Okay? But whose evaluation do you trust more? On 3's or Courtney Morgan's? Should that be our next poll? I'm rolling with Courtney Morgan 100%. I'm rolling with the coach all the time. I'm rolling with the guy like Mo Lindquist, who understands that, look, within our secondary, look, he'd be like, yo, Coach Nix, you can take all the 5'9" wide receivers you want. That's not a recipe. Over here, Mo Linquist is like he found his sauce. He's like a guy's got to be 6'3" baseline to be a corner over here for that kind of new wave. What we're doing over here. They got to be long. They got to be lengthy. They got to be fast. Whatever Dejoun Lee is, find that guy and keep duplicating him. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the point about evaluations. And I think when you look to evaluations, then pair that over to your transfer portal class. Be like, okay, how's the transfer portal class? You didn't get all these. Well, then you trust in your evaluations. I think evaluations right now are more important than anything. Thank you. Jay Smith, right? Jay Smith says this: I trust a guy that found Brooks, Dejoun Lee, Michael Carroll. How about London Simmons too? Can we throw him in? So I'm kind of, that's where I'm going with it. And I'm not trying to gas up everything. Look, I get it, man. Like, there's going to be misses. But I think the hit rate that they've had from a recruiting standpoint, it's been pretty impressive. Right? All right. So for the back end of this evening show, and again, you know me, like if you know anything about me, okay, you learned two things. You learned one more thing about me tonight, okay? You know that I love trees. I just told you my favorite tree. So write that down if you're keeping track. But you also know that I go to bed super early, okay? So if anything is happening after like 9 p.m., if I'm coming on live after 9, you know like some major, you know what has gone down. And sometimes I might cuss in the evening shows, which I don't often do, but like it's a nightcap. Okay. People say bad words in the real world, but I do have a lot of young fans. So I do have to be respectful in that regard. But I also am like a grown up and I like to be comfortable in my own space. And sometimes, you know, I'll be kind of there, but the other thing is I go to bed super early. But what I'm going to have you guys do, if you have questions for me, post them inside the comment box. I'll throw them up on the screen and I'll address your questions. They can be whatever you want. Okay. Throw it on the screen and I'll post it. Okay. So starting right now. Okay. Bama boy, what's up, dog? See you inside the comment box. Okay. So whatever question you want answered, you want a shout out, you want a question, you want me to say your kid's name, your dog's name, your grandma's name, your grandpa, whatever. You could be like, yo, look, I had this guy from YouTube say your name. Okay. Yeah, so whatever you got, man, just let it rip. I'll give you guys 10 minutes, all right? Yo, wait, no, I'm telling you, bro. Like and you have those friends, right, that you get on the phone with and you just become people from the Navy. It's just, you just let it go. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm waiting for my first question. Broderick, what's up, dog? Broderick says hit the like. Yes, obviously. We got to do that every single time we step onto the platform, right? See you, Dano. Take it easy, bro. Rex says Aubrey, Maurice Green, all 3 stars, right? But all got speed, 100%. That's what's up, Rex. All right. Steven wants a shout out. Is this for your girlfriend, Danae? Deanne, oh, Deanne. Shout out to you, Deanne. Let's see. Agent says, yeah, you do. Bet you go to bed. Wait a minute. No, it is. No, we're pressing. We're getting close to it. 100%. Cody says, Kyle, what's your evaluation of them bad boys of the defensive line? Because think Thompson and Green are dark horses. I don't know if they're dark horses. I mean, I think those guys are coming here as like 2 of the top guys in the country, right? I mean, you get a 6'6" guy that's 330 pounds. He's not coming here to be a backup. And I think with Devin Tompkins, I wonder like how good is that guy going to be, right? That the one that I'm looking about is Zulu as well, right? I know, Project. Yo, Steven, I just got Steven in the doghouse, man. Asked me to do one thing, man. That's crazy. Yo, but Cody, I think that those guys would be really good. What about you, bro? But we can't forget about like Jeremiah Beeman, right? Jeremiah Beeman, you know he's gonna play. Edric Hill, right? Dang, Rex says that. Are you talking about Amari Sabb? On three has him at 5'8", 155. Shoot. Kyle, how do you know if the 2026 team is good if they haven't played? Just reach down your heart, bro, and just okay. Honest question. Offense, young as hell. Feel good about the quarterbacks, right? We got some wide receivers. Offensive line, your guess is as good as mine. Ryan Grubb, what you gonna do? Your guess is as good as mine. Defense should be the reason that Alabama's good. That's it, T-Max. I feel that Alabama is good because the defense allows them to be kind of the aggressor in those first 5 games while the offense kind of catches up to speed. Right? That's what I think. Miss Kimberly has the Seahawks that they're winning on a Sunday. I'll take that. Yeah. You know what? A lot of us inside the comment box have been going for the Seahawks. Because I asked this on every show, like in the morning. And I think we might have like a Seahawks watch party. Bama Boy says this: recruiting isn't our bread and butter. We don't know if these players are here for a long haul. Need stipulations on NIL. 100%, man. That's why I'm scared. I want to recruit you, but I don't want to develop you and for you to bounce on me. You know? How do you feel about Alabama recruiting and developing players just for? I know this is what I'm scared of, Broderick. That's my real fear. That's what keeps me up, man. All right, Bama Boy Davis, 3 to 4 year NIL contracts. Yep. Steven, we're good, bro. All right, cool. Deanne, bro, I'll never forget you now, man. Deanne, we love you here at Bama Football on YouTube. Rico, Eric Tanner, what's up, dog? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Rico Scott, man, yo, what is he going to do this year? God, he's got to do something, right? You know what I hope he's not? I hope he's not like the next Kendrick Law. Because remember, Kendrick Law like passed the eyeball test. We saw Kendrick Law and we're like, oh, man, that's the guy. And he didn't do anything. Valerie's laughing her ass off, right? All right, Kyle, the chickens are... All right, how do you know the older guys fit the locker room? Well, Coach DeBoer said that. Coach DeBoer said that one of the main things that he was looking for with the transfer portals is that they had captain-type personalities. So usually, to me, captain-type personalities fit the locker room, right? Josh is like, yo, who'd we get? Josh, what's up, dog? Amari Sabb, Keon Sabb's brother, younger brother. He's got a couple brothers, right? Wide receiver, corner. We have him from 5'9" to 155 to 175. He's smaller. He's a 3. He's a 3-star. He's in 2026, and his brother is Xavier. He's the class of 2027. So we're gonna be loaded up with Sabs for a long time. Oh, you know what? From saying Brooks is the fastest on the team. That's a good question. They should. Oh, you know what they should have? Okay, they should give us a day, but they should do things like this. Okay, they should have like fastest man, right? They should have like a big man something, a big man tug of war, right? Or they should do like special teams versus the fans. Wouldn't that be funny? They should have, this is what they should do. Okay, here are my ideas for A-Day. Okay, these are off the top of my head. For A-Day this year, they should bring it back for whatever, but they do events, okay? Number one, they do fastest man. They make it a 8-person kind of tournament, okay? Then they do a big man tug of war, maybe O-line versus D-line. Then they do a tug of war, special teams versus Yay Alabama members. Okay, we do a kicking contest, a random kicking contest, and we give away $200,000. Right, if you can kick a field goal, and then we do and then we do a couple other things, and then you know what we do? We do a karaoke, an hour of karaoke with players and fans. Right? And that's how you build family, right? You do like, you get a huge barbecue sponsor. You just like have a good time. Karaoke, right? With the players, with the fans. You do karaoke player, karaoke fan, karaoke player, karaoke fan, right? Dude, wouldn't that sounds fun. That sounds so hype. Do you imagine? Man, that'd be crazy. What would you sing? What would be your karaoke? Okay, tell me your karaoke song right now. Tell it to me. Yeah, and an ice cream. Yo, Carl says, and an ice cream truck. Oh my God, dog. That is perfect, dude. Oh my God, that was so good, dude. Oh my God, that's funny. God, well played, bro. Oh man, we got any karaoke fans up in here? There's a spot here. There's a couple spots that got Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh man, White Wedding. Oh man, that's a hype train song. Shoot, man. Yeah, you got it. See, the thing about karaoke, it's about the vocals, 100%. But a lot of it is about how you're working the crowd, right? You got to perform it. You got to go into it, man, right? And there's nothing like a really good duet too. You get a duet going, man, people will get excited. Karaoke can turn your bad day into an amazing day. Right? Bad to the bone? Shoot, man. Good. I love it. All right, fam. Well, we welcome in Amari Sabb. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for kicking it with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube on the nightcap, okay? I want you guys to get rest. We got Wake Up Bama coming tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for all your support and just for having fun. Enjoy your life. And, we got one life to live, all right? Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Big Matt, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get sleep, say your prayers, and catch you guys tomorrow. See ya. Ooh, Tennessee Whiskey. That's a good one. Your ass. Sing it. Yeah, I probably do like, man, I love R&B so much, but I also love country. God, man, there's so many good karaoke songs, right? I probably do like something like Tevin Campbell. Can we talk for a minute? You guys sing the rest. Girl, I want to know. All right, good night, fam. Love you.